Hi everyone, welcome back for another video, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Colleen, and in this video I'm giving you the reasons why I stopped intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a shorter time span of eating and fasting. This could look like 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating, or it could even look like OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, which is about 24 hours fasting. I have done both intermittent fasting with a 16-hour fasting window and an 8-hour eating window, and I've also done OMAD, which is pretty much a full 23-hour fasting window, and you have 1 hour to eat and then you fast again. Ultimately, all my research, experiences, and trials and tribulations led me to alternate day fasting, or ADF as I call it, and ADF turned out to be the ultimate solution for me. I have an entire playlist of all my alternate day fasting videos and all the benefits it has provided me, how I've lost over 65 pounds on alternate day fasting, quit binge eating, stopped letting food control my life, and ultimately became the woman I wanted to always be. But on that path, I did try intermittent fasting and OMAD. Just a little history. I did intermittent fasting after the birth of my first son. Well over 9 months, and it was very beneficial. I believe I had lost 40 pounds. And OMAD, 1 meal a day, I did after the birth of my second son. I just wanted to ramp things up, and intermittent fasting, I felt like, So I tried OMAD, and I only did that for about 2 months max. Yeah, that wasn't it. These are the reasons why I stopped intermittent fasting. For me, personally, the eating window in the 16-8 protocol was way too wide. Basically, what 16-8 looked like for me was stop eating at 8 p.m., sleep, skip breakfast, and start eating at 12 or 1. Usually 12 because mama was hungry. So I had from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. to eat. And 8 hours is actually a good amount of time to binge. That's a lot of time to overeat, and I was a binge eater, and I ended up overstuffing myself with a scarcity mindset. I need to eat as much as I can in order to feel satisfied and enjoy what I need to before the time limit is up. With that kind of mindset and binge eating tendencies, it's really easy to negate the fasting period during my eating period because I just had so much wiggle room to just eat, graze, have really large portions, overeat, eat the wrong things, and it just didn't equate to a large enough calorie deficit for me to be struggling to get to 12 p.m. every day just to get like no meal results on the scale. It just wasn't feasible. The gap is just way too wide for me to overeat, and that was a really big problem during intermittent fasting. And on the opposite end of 16-8, the fasting window was way too small, 16 hours, for me to reap the benefits of fasting. The beautiful thing about fasting, especially fasting 24 hours and more, is that the body then switches to ketones, which is fat, as its energy source. Once it's gone through its glycogen stores, it starts to use the fat to propel the body. 16 hours is hardly enough time for the body to really tap into those stores. Thus, I wouldn't get the flat tummy that I experienced with alternate day fasting. I wouldn't get the mental clarity that I would get with alternate day fasting. I just wasn't reaching those benefits of fasting during that short 16-hour period because I wasn't using up glycogen stores and regulating my insulin during this time. I was always craving, I was always hungry because I wouldn't reach that even leveled insulin rate, right? And those insulin spikes is what causes the blood sugar to go up and down, causes craving and hunger feelings. And ghrelin kicks in. That's the hunger hormone that signals that you're hungry. All of that was just working, doing too much. And I was like, but I'm still hungry. I'm hungry, and all I'm doing is waiting for my fast to be over so I could binge. So my body wasn't able to really tap into the fat stores, switch to ketones, use up the fat, the body fat that I had stored there because I was overeating during my 8-hour period, using that as energy and then repeating the cycle. My body did not have enough time to switch to fat burning mode. So that was just not working for me. And yeah, so 16/8 had to go. The third thing I really did not like about intermittent fasting, OMAD or 16/8, I hate restricting every single day. This is gonna sound major, but I wasn't happy waking up. It felt annoying to know that, oh, I have to wait again. I have to wait again. I have to wait again. Every day I'm waking up and I knew I couldn't enjoy breakfast or I couldn't enjoy coffee with cream. Like, it was just a bother to me. With alternate day fasting, I have one day where I'm resting. My body is at ease. I know today is not the day to process anything. And then tomorrow I can wake up, I could have overnight oats, I could have a fried egg sandwich, I could eat leftover pizza. It was just enjoyable. From sunup to sundown, I could eat. But on OMAD or intermittent fasting, every day I had to just restrict. And I'm a person that I like to eat at night, so eating in the daytime and having the entire evening left for me to fast, that was a no. So I couldn't skip dinner. It always had to be breakfast, and I was just tired. I didn't enjoy restricting myself every single day. I like flexibility. I enjoy being a part of my family's activities. If they wanted to go to IHOP and I was prepared to do so on my feast day, I can do so and have an enjoyable omelet and pig out. Yeah, the fact that I had to wait until the afternoon to eat every single day, it just bothered me. It felt unenjoyable, really unenjoyable. But now I get to enjoy my days and nights with alternate day fasting, and that was a big plus for me. The flexibility, I was able to plan around family activities, and because I had so much wiggle room in my calorie count for the week, even if I did 2 feast days in a row, it still brought benefits because I had enough deficit to not feel the impact of having 2 feast days back to back. And I didn't have that with intermittent fasting because I was reaching the brink of my calories every single day. I wasn't having that 3,500 calorie deficit a week to lose 1 pound. It just wasn't worth it to me to be waiting and feeling miserable just to maybe lose 1/4 pound. And this is just my experience on intermittent fasting. I did end up losing 40 pounds, but I had to be really disciplined with myself. With ADF, I just feel a lot freer and I don't have to really track. And speaking of tracking, number 4, I don't have to track nothing, a thing. With intermittent fasting, because I was reaching the brink of my calorie count almost every day, like, I really had to track my calories. And guess what? I don't like tracking calories. I'm a pretty free-spirited person. Like, I make plans, I make goals, I, set intentions and have to-do lists, right? Adding tracking calories to that list, it don't sound good to me. In my opinion, calorie tracking is a mental burden, not just in tallying everything you eat for the day, but also in seeing the numbers, being anal about reaching macronutrient goals. I usually veer on the side of having a lot more protein and fats than I do carbohydrates, but I don't want to see it on a graph. I don't want to document it in a pie chart. I don't want FitnessPal to tell me I'm lacking, slacking, you didn't get enough iron. I don't want to see it. Can I just live? Can I just live my life? Can the supplements just make up for it? And so intermittent fasting, you know, it just had a lot more of a bond on me. Like I had to track and watch what I did and watch what I ate. ADF is just a lot more freedom. I don't track a thing. I don't track hours and I don't track calories. I make sure I eat whole, nutritious foods with the occasional jelly beans. I eat from sunup to bedtime. And I fast from sunup to bedtime. I don't have any apps, no fasting apps, no calorie tracking apps, no macronutrient apps, no keto apps, no apps. I just want to live my life, and ADF allows me to live my life. It's very freeing. It's a very freeing feeling to know that you don't have to track calories. So that was a huge con as far as intermittent fasting. Number 5, I didn't learn anything as far as binging, controlling my appetite, or tapping into my emotional eating. I learned all of that on alternate day. I learned all of that on alternate day fasting. Intermittent fasting, as I said, the window for me, the 16-hour window is way too short for me to acknowledge anything, realize anything. All I can do is think about the next time I was gonna eat. And I had that in the beginning of alternate day fasting, but now I have so much more control, so much more awareness. I realize that on days I don't journal, that I am more likely to want to break my fast. I didn't get self-awareness from intermittent fasting. It was just a means to an end. It was just a weight loss protocol. And with alternate day fasting, I thought it was just going to be a weight loss protocol. Due to my healing journey, due to working on myself, gaining more self-awareness, and growing, evolving as a woman, I've learned so much more about myself on fasting days. And when I tell you it is a time to really tap in to why we need to focus on the mental aspect of weight loss. People say, oh, it's 90% diet and 10% exercise. To me, weight loss is 90% mental, 5% diet, and 5% exercise. That's my crazy ratios. To me, 3/4 of weight loss is mental, in my opinion. And on this channel, you've seen my content. I focus on the mental aspect of weight loss because it is deeper than you know. And I'm gonna make a video for you. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna really talk about it, okay? And I'm here for you. I need you to know I'm here for you, because the mental aspect of weight loss, it's beyond your consciousness. This is subconscious programming at this point, well rooted since childhood. And I'm gonna talk about it in another video. But with intermittent fasting, I was not able to go to those depths because of that short fasting window. And so now I control my appetite. My appetite does not control me. And if I find that it does start to creep in and try to control me, I check my emotions. What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What's going on in my life that's allowing food to try to comfort me? Because food is a comfort. We're not hungry. If you're overweight, you're not hungry. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The body can live off its fat stores. If you're emaciated, you might be hungry, yes. If you're drinking water, you can go days and days and days and days and days on an island in the Pacific that no one knows about, and only savages and village people live there. You could go days and days living there just on water. You'll be fine. So you're not hungry. It's what's going on up here. But on that note, let's get to the last point, why I stopped intermittent fasting. I had less flexibility on what I could eat, when I could eat, who I was eating with. Like, it was just like, once again, that restriction, I didn't feel like I could do what I want, eat what I want, wait, when I want. And I felt limited on especially 18.6. Most of this is in regards to 18.6, but of course, OMAD, oh Lord. That's why I was on it for so short. It was 2 months and I was like, yeah, F this. F this. Who's going the whole day and eating 1 meal a day? Like, Lord, every day I have to look forward to the 1 meal I get on alternate day fasting, I have an entire day to be abundant. And I like that word, abundant. I can eat what I want, which is usually something satisfying, whole, nutritious. But if I wanted an Impossible Whopper with cheese from Burger King with the fries and a root beer, I can do that. And I could feel okay with not going over my calorie budget because it's just like, I have it in the budget. I had a budget. And so that flexibility just made me feel really good. And if I had social occasions and I was on a fast day, I could fast the entire day and break my fast, you know, when I met up with whoever. And on OMAD, it was just like, I didn't have that flexibility. It was like, okay, this is the period I could eat, and damn it, if you don't fit into it and it's over, it's just, I need to live my life. The beautiful thing about alternate day fasting is it's a lifestyle. A lot of people ask, how do you maintain? How do you, what about when I've reached the end? Just throw in 1 to 2 fast days a week. It's just that simple. You'll cut a whole bunch of calories, you'll maintain, or you'll be in such a good space mentally with control over your feasting that you can have regular 1,800, 2,000 calorie days every day. And you won't have to worry about going well beyond your calorie budget for the day. You'll just be satisfied with your maintenance calories every day. I love fasting. I love how it makes me feel. I love the flat tummy it gives me. I love the clarity I get. I enjoy the wiggle room to eat what I want. It's just a lot more, like a lot of benefits. If you haven't watched my ADF benefits video, I will link it up top. Feel free to watch the entire ADF playlist because there's a lot of gems. If you're starting from day 1, I highly recommend you watch my ADF for beginners video. Yeah, that's it. That's why I stopped intermittent fasting. It wasn't working for me. I found something that worked beautifully for me, and 65 pounds later and then some, tons of inches, pounds of fat later, I have accomplished what I've always set out to do since childhood, which is be a slender, well-rounded, even-keeled young woman. You like that, don't you? Yeah, I know you do. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to give me a like down below. It helps build and grow our platform so we can reach so many more men and women. You're doing beautifully. If you haven't yet completed 1 day on ADF, guess what? You're gonna get there. It's gonna happen for you. Don't worry, you will get there when it is time. And when it's time, there's no looking back for you. You can't look back when you're going forward, okay? So get ready for the best time of your life on ADF. I hope this is the solution you've always been seeking. And with my help and guidance, I hope to get you to where you want to go. And on that note, I'm gonna leave it here. I thank you so much for watching, and guess what? I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.